Hello everybody, welcome back to Scrappy Adam and welcome to a kind of scrap backwards, Operation Unfinished, getting back into YouTube, scrappy chatty video. Bit of everything. So it's an Operation Unfinished because I have backed this cut file quite a while ago and placed it with this piece of paper, and I had these fussy cut things from Chamel papers put aside. So I've got loads of words from can't remember what it was called now. Never Grow Up, Field Trip, Glitter Girl and Sparkle City, and then Glitter Girl cameras and some florals from other collections. I have backed it with various papers, most of which are from Never Grow Up, with the exception of two papers from Field Trip. And it is, I believe, don't quote me, but I'm 95% sure, a Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file. I do love their cut files, and I have quite a few to use, which I need to get going on. So I've backed it. It's a rainbow with clouds, but I've not done it in a rainbow fashion, as you can see. But I have separated the colours. So we've got like this navy blue, green, peachy, yellow, and then this tealy colour. And I've just gone for white with multicolour for these two pieces. It's not cut amazingly, backed amazingly, I mean. Like, there's a few bits that are not perfect here, but it's fine because you're not going to see it. And as you can see, it's a hot mess on the back. So what my top tip, which is not a top tip at all, but what my tip is, if you're backing a cut file, I generally always start with the outer piece and the inner piece. And then you don't have to be quite as precise because you can overlap. So you can see this piece, this pattern paper here is actually this piece. So it's only a teeny tiny piece that's on show, but it's a really big piece because I didn't cut it very precise. So you just cut it, it doesn't matter as much, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to place this cut file approximately here, and I think we're going to dive right in and get this stuck on. So I said at the start it's a sort of mishmash of scrap backwards because I feel bad that I still haven't started my kit for my froggy photos. It is coming, I promise. But yeah, life is life, guys. So I've not started that, and equally it is a kind of unfinished layout because I had backed the cut file. But what I've done is I've pulled in bits from the kit which is waiting for the froggy layouts. So I've basically pulled out this big wedge of embellishments, and that's pretty much the only embellishments I've got in the kit. So I'm doing quite well because it's not a mega kit this month. That will either come next week or will continue to be quite sporadic with the kit or with what I am using, but I will have videos and we'll start fresh with the kit. We'll see how it goes. So I have placed the clouds sort of level, so the rainbow is at a bit of an angle, and I love the way that looks. So you can see we've got loads of colours going on. It's Chamel, you know, it's a burst of energy, burst of colours. And the photo I'm using is of Mick, and he is in his costume of sorts. It's a shirt with pride braces when he took part in a Strictly Come Dancing style competition. So that is going to go roughly there, and I'm going to place that up on foam. So, what have we got? Rather than using fun foam, I am going to use this because it needs using up. And this is waste from foam dots. Don't throw it away, you can use all of that as well. I'm just going to use it as foam. So I'm going to place that about there, and then I've got a couple of pads to fill in the gaps where we need to. So let's have one there, one there, one there, and one there. Okay, so let me just peel these off. We'll get this stuck on. And now my idea with this layout is to mostly use cutter parts, to be honest. these are all papers that are now in my Scrap Backwards kit. Hence why it is a kind of Scrap Backwards, but not the kit as such. Because the kit is all about the froggy photos, which I have said for a while. But I will want to bring in a few other bits because this is me and I can't not. So I'm going to place the photo about here, like so. So that's going to sit atop of that cloud up there. And then the idea is to tuck a lot of these in around the cut file. So I want to concentrate down here initially and focus on our cameras, and I'm going to mix and match it. So we're going to have some sticking up on foam, some we're just going to tuck in, and some we're going to have a mix and match of both. I am going to cover up the cut file in parts, and that is a-okay. It's going to be quite random because I like random. So I'm just going to use these. What are they called, guys? They're called foam pads. I can't think at the minute. So let's see how we go. And I am going to overlap the cameras as well, obviously. So it's definitely an easy way to extend your supplies fussy cutting, and I get that completely. And I know designers like Vicky Bootin and Shamel and Paige all design their collections with fussy cutting in mind, which extends, you know, you get more bang for your buck and all that. I'm just not a fan of it. I get bored of it very easily. I think that's my problem, and I'm not particularly very good at it. I'm not very precise at it. And I know, how can somebody say they're not very good at using scissors? But is anybody else with me? Like, I don't know, I just can't do it properly. And then I look at like fussy cutting whizzes like Scrappykathy and Lisa and Karen and loads of other people that I see sharing, and it's like, whoa, how do you get that precision? I just can't do it. I know Lisa, for example, she can cut a circle basically closing her eyes, and it's like, it's beyond me. So I was quite accomplished when I sat down and spent time fussy cutting all of these out. So I wanted to make sure that I used a decent amount of them. I'm not expecting that we'll use them all, but I wanted to use a fairly decent chunk of them at least. One thing I have not yet got is Chamel's new collection, main character energy, you know what I mean. I do have it digitally. I have the full collection digitally, which is great, but I do definitely want to get some of the paper collection. I'm surprised it's not sold out, actually. I've been keeping a check of scrapbook.com and a couple of other places, and it's not sold out, which is a bit surprising, but hopefully it will just be because it's obviously Chamel's just come back to American Crafts, because hopefully she's going to come out with a new collection again, because I am a fan of Chamel collections. They are quirky, they are different, but that's what we like. We don't want the same old. We want new, fresh, and quirky. Okay, so that is my little cluster of cameras. I am going to potentially add a few more, but I think I do want to get this red one in there. Let's add this red one. Let's add it down there. So the photo is, as I said, of Mick in his Strictly Come Dancing competition outfit, which he took part in last year and did amazingly. he basically danced with a professional student professional. It was just fun. It was amazing. It was a really great experience for him, and he was really nervous, but he did really well. And I've not really documented a load of the photos from them, so I wanted to make a start, and I thought Shamel collections were perfect. So I am going to add this as my title, Reach for the Stars. You know, like Strictly Come Dancing. For those of you in America, I think it's Dancing with the Stars, the equivalent. It's that whole concept, which I don't know if they show Strictly Come Dancing over there or not. But yeah, that is basically our version of it. So I feel like I haven't been here on YouTube for like ever. So I hope everybody is okay, and I hope you are all keeping well. Can't believe it's October. I don't know where this year has gone. I will be glad to see the back of it. And exciting times ahead. And yeah, things can only get better, as they say. I'm going to add these two clouds as well. These are also fussy cut from the Shamel papers. And I'm going to add these here, sort of atop of the photo. I'm not going to use that. Oh, lost one of them. Let's see what other words. So I kind of had the same idea for the words on this side, and then as you can see, we've filled up the layout quite a lot. So we won't need a whole heap of embellishment because we've used a lot of cut aparts. And I guess that is a great way of getting more bang for your buck. It's a great way of budget scrapbooking. I saw Laura Alberts had posted an awesome video about scrapbooking on a budget, and it's true, fussy cutting is one of the best ways you can do that. If you like fussy cutting, brilliant. If you don't like fussy cutting, I would say the best thing to do, let me just see, I need to think about where to put this. Hello, love, hello. Does that make sense? Doesn't really, does it? The best thing to do, what I find is, I first roughly fussy cut. So I'll just like cut around a sheet of paper and pull out, like very roughly cut around it, and then I'll have a pile of, so if we take this for example, I'll have a pile of cameras, pile of words, pile of icons, pile of flowers, and then I'll just take a few at a time and sort of tackle, I don't know, 10, 15 at a time, and then you see that pile go down and down and down, and it sort of spurs me on, if that makes sense. So don't overwhelm yourself. Don't think, oh, I need to fussy cut that whole sheet of paper. Just take it one bit at a time, and we can do it. It is definitely true though. Fussy cutting, it is very, love it or hate it, isn't it? It's very Marmite, but it is one of the best ways to scrapbook on a budget, because you can get a sheet of paper for not 99p anymore, £1.15, £1.50, whatever it may be, and you could have, for example, if it's a floral sheet of paper, if you fussy cut them all, you could have 10, 20, 30 florals, whereas a pack of floral ephemera can be anything up to £7-8 now. So it's definitely the way to go if you want to save a bit of cash, because the price of scrapbooking is going a little bit bananas. But I don't think that's limited to scrapbooking, is it? I think that's just the world in general at the moment. Costs are increasing everywhere, which I get is that's life. It's just a shame that it's hitting crafting so big, because I have noticed quite a lot of businesses closing down and struggling. Lots of scrapbooking stores have gone, and scrapbooking in the UK now seems to be very, very, very limited, especially bricks and mortar. Like, I personally, sorry, I'm flitting between talking. I have found, because for some reason I got a craft magazine from a supermarket the other day, which I never do. I don't know why I did, but I did, and I'm kind of glad I did, because at the back of that magazine was an advert for a craft store, and I thought, oh, that looks quite a good craft store. And it's about half an hour away from me, but it's 2 minutes away from my mum's, and I never knew it was there. It's been there 20 years. It's a treasure trove. It's in Cheshire. If anybody wants to know what it is, you probably already do know what it is. Feel free to message me. But it was absolutely amazing. It's not scrapbooking, although obviously you can use stuff. That's what I do, and I spent a little bit there. But they have loads of stamps and dies and stickers and all sorts of stuff, stencils, all from the major brands, but equally lots of brands that I haven't heard of. And it was nice to just actually go into a shop, because I've not really experienced that. Like, I know we all say, oh, we don't have scrapbooking shops anymore, we don't have craft shops anymore, but I haven't really experienced that, because I've only been scrapbooking for about 3 years. I'm just chatting and doing. I do apologise, I'm not explaining anything I'm doing. It's not a very good process video at all. I do apologise, guys. But I've only been scrapbooking for about 3 years, so I've never really had that joy of going into a bricks and mortar store where it was filled with lots and lots of scrappy goodness. But it was nice to actually go into a shop, speak to a human, see all the products, touch them, and just I can understand why everybody misses that. It was a nice experience, and it's sad that we don't have that, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I will stop yabbering on now. I do apologise, and I shall focus on this. I think I have had enough of using these. I don't think any more are going to fit, and I think we have got enough on here. Although I do like that one, but no. So I'm going to put those to one side. I'm not going to get rid of them. They will go in my scrap backwards kit. I don't think I'm going to add any cameras on this side, although maybe one or two, just to bring a bit of cohesiveness to the page and bring the elements from the left to the right and the right to the left. So let's add a couple of our cameras. There we go, and that is what we're going to do. We also have this arrow, sort of like a Showtime arrow, which I'm going to use there. Just need to get my other adhesive. This one is just easier when it's a smaller space that you need taken. Okay. So it is October, so that means it's 30 days of sketches going on at the moment. You will have guessed that I am not doing it, which makes me sad, because this time of year, so October, marks 2 years since I started my YouTube channel, which is crazy that I'm still here. And you guys are still watching, thank you. But I didn't want to commit to something that I knew I probably wouldn't be able to see through to the end at the moment, because my priorities are elsewhere with other things, and obviously my health hasn't been great, so yeah, I'm not committing to that, but I will do the sketches at some point. I have printed them. Same for Scrappy Sketch birthday week as well. That's been going on. Loads of sketches going there. Check that out. And again, I will do them. I just don't know when. But I have been extremely busy behind the scenes, and I know some people... Oh, excuse me. I know some people still need to get a couple of things off me in terms of flair and that. I'm still here, and I think everybody will be very, very surprised with what is coming, and what will be, what will be coming. I'm not going to say much more. Okay, so I'm going to use, I've finished this because I've put that on there. And I'm going to use this. So it says, when it rains, it... Oh no, that's not really a good sentiment, actually. That's why you should read before you use. Okay, we've got little by little sticker book. Do you think we can use this bunting? Or is it a little bit... doesn't really go. This is a sticker book that I have struggled to use as well. And it might be one that is time to let go. I don't know if people would actually want this anymore, or whether it's just one that needs to go in the bin. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. I'm just going to pull that down just to protect those. So that was a few bits from my Chamel box, but let's go into scrap backwards. So we've got these alphas. These are from Kid at Heart. They're called Rainbow Fun. They're tile alphas with some holographic detail. Don't know if you can see it on camera. Not really. And I am going to spell... What are we going to spell? So, I'm just going to go completely random, and I'm going to put my title down here. So we're going to have strictly... If I sound weird as I try to spell this, it's just trying to make sure I spell it right. Strict. And I am trying to make sure I am quite random with my colourings. So we've got strictly. So where's the L? And give me a Y. I love these alphas, and I do have a few sets of them. Because we've now created our first part of our title, and it's all different colours, and it's shiny, and I love it. So strictly come, C. I just can't figure out how they've actually laid them out. Like, we seem to have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M here in 8 colours, and then the other letters here. So you don't get tons per colour. Yeah. Okay. So then we've got O, strictly come. Am I going to fit dancing there? D-A-N-C-I-N-G. Probably not. Okay, I'm actually going to spell another word, which you guys will have no clue what it means, but that's fine, because it's important to the memory, and that is all that matters. So strictly come letter. I don't know what that is there. There's some random marks. I'm not sure. Okay, so there is our title. We don't have any punctuation with this alpha set, or I would have used an exclamation mark, but that's okay. That is a-okay. This layout is an explosion of colour. I love it, but I know some of you will not love it. I'm going to add a little floral up here just to make it a little bit more busy. Why not? And another floral is going to come in over here. Going to tuck that in there. So it's very much focused here. We've got lots of space down here, and I am going to actually journal on this layout. I will do it off camera. I'm going to add a camera there. These are Amy Tangerine Picnic in the Park stickers, and I'm desperately trying to use this sticker sheet. It's one of those that I loved at the time, and I'm struggling to use now. We've got lots of labels in this kit. We've got the remnants of Colour Study, I think so, Colour Study chipboard, which, no. We've got a couple of hearts. We can always get a couple of different hearts on, so let's get them on. I'm going to fluff them up, as the packaging says. I'm going to put one here. I'm going to kind of colour match them actually. So we've got pink with pink and red, and blue with teal and blue. Nearly used a full pack of them. Nearly. We've got some Vicky Poppy stickers, part packs. Bella Boulevard heart, no, they're not hearts. Stars and diamonds, which we can actually get on. So let's add a couple of diamonds down here, and let's add a couple of stars up here. Love that. I think that's probably it. These are from To the Moon and Back, I think. They're called A Boy's World, but... And we've just got random stuff, really. All these random half-pack things that I want to use. Some Chamel florals that we could... I'm probably just using stuff for the sake of it now, but... Is that not what I do anyway? We've kind of got all the colours. This is very blue, pink, purple heavy. This is very yellow heavy, and this is very blue heavy. But I kind of like it, and I like that it's a rainbow of colours because obviously Mick is wearing his Pride braces, which he was very proud of. We've got Vicky Beauty Colour Study layered stickers. These are one of my all-time favourite, and I think I still have a few packs of them. So to counteract what I just said about having all the colours grouped, I'm going to bring the yellow and orange from up here down here, and the pink and purple from up here I also added that puffy sticker that says have fun whilst I was rambling on before. And I think that's going to do it, guys, really. I don't think we need to add much more. I do have a ton of coffee foam stickers, which I have carried over from my last kit. And I'm going to use a couple of random foam stickers, and that is purely because I can. Because I can. And we're going to tuck that one in there. And that is going to do it. I will, as I say, journal off camera for this layout, but it is, I love it actually. It's come out a lot better than I thought. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that is a-okay, but there is lots to look at. I may add a couple of flair in here or there. We could actually. I have got a couple. I've got one here. Let me just a camera which I'm going to stick here. So within the Vicky Booties layered sticker, we've then got a flare, which I really like. Get rid of that. And then we've also got some balloons. So let me use this one. And I'm going to do the same with this one here. Just to quirk them up a bit. So we've got some balloons going on there as well. And that is this layout complete, guys. I hope you like it, even if you're not a fan of the whole more is more. I feel like my camera is like miles away now. Like, I usually have my camera about there, so I hope it isn't too far away. It's good for me because I have loads of space to create, but it does seem to be quite far away. But that is the finished layout anyway. I will see you all again for Scrap Backwards and everything else very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.